When we look at the reflection of the sun in the water, we don't know which is more beautiful, the sun or its reflection in the water. Reflection adds beauty to the original, both in nature and in our mind as well. What's the difference between silence and reflection? When I say reflection, so we have the beautiful example of water here. So if there is a sunrise that is happening in the horizon, and I have a water body there, that water body is going to very beautifully reflect the sun. And if I'm able to see the reflection of the sun in the water as well as the sun in the sky, that's like a double bonus. I'm able to enjoy both in beautiful measures. Similarly, when we are constantly thinking with our mind and we are introspecting with our intellect, this process of reflection is very important. This process of reflection is what allows us to crystallize our knowledge into wisdom, to crystallize our knowledge into insights. Without that, it is just knowledge. I can study any topic that I want, and then maybe I can prepare beautiful mind maps. I can create slideshows explaining that. If I don't take it the next step, which is reflection, that still remains organized knowledge, structured knowledge. It is not insight. It is not wisdom. The wisdom part of it, and I read somewhere about education, is that if everything that I study, everything education, the real education, everything that I study is taken out of me, what remains is true education. So if I lose track of all the facts that I have painstakingly learnt, painstakingly organized in my mind, and I lose all of that at some point in time, what remains is my insights and wisdom. And these insights and wisdom become part of my nature, become part of my character in such a way that sometimes I may not even be able to figure out what was the original source of this wisdom, because I may have taken three or four different topics or three or four different areas of knowledge, reflected on them, and then in my mind, in my inner landscape, the three or four of them combined together, and out came this beautiful insight, beautiful wisdom. And this is possible only when I take time to reflect. And again, if I need to reflect, I need to provide myself that inner space, that inner silence, and a willingness to reflect as well. So, when we look at reflection, so this is our practical knowledge. The difference between knowledge and reflection that leads to insights and wisdom is the way the person speaks. If the person is speaking from insights and wisdom, that will be very obvious in the way they talk. And they don't have to say much, just the way they present. You will know it's this, what they are saying is coming out of practical experience that's led to wisdom. It'll be very obvious, even to a small child. And the question then is there a right way of reflection? What do you all think? Is there a right way of reflection? See, I have gone through experiences, maybe some challenges, and I'm reflecting on it. And then I come to some conclusions, deep down conclusions. How do I know that this is a right way of reflection? And I put this in specifically because, in my experience, sometimes people think they are reflecting, but they are just judging. They are just judging either themselves or others or the situation itself. This is bad. This is not good. I shouldn't have done that. How stupid of me. That person is always so judgmental. So all of that is not reflection at all. Though they may have spent time in silence, though they may have spent time thinking about the whole process, if it ends up that one of these three things are happening, like we are feeling bad about somebody else, we are feeling bad about ourselves, or we are feeling bad about the situation, that's not reflection. That's not real wisdom. Wisdom is actually that which allows us to take difficult situations and come up with ideas and insights that help us to understand what's happening, or help us to, even if that's not a very big statement, something like lifestyle makes a very big difference, or somebody who has spent a long time at work and then they got laid off, even though they gave their entire life to all the waking hours to the organization, and they get laid off. And initially, that time spent reflecting is going to come up as criticism of self, of others, and anything else. And finally, they may come up with an insight which says, I spent so much time at work and it was not valued. The remaining time of my life, I'm going to do something that is meaningful to me. Now, that is a reflection, that's an insight, that is wisdom. And that wisdom is going to actually give me the energy, the motivation to push me through in whatever I want to do. And this reflection is very important for every challenge, every difficult time that we go through in life. That is when that reflection will be truly felt. And it does not have to be just for difficult times in life, it can be for simple situations as well. Children can come up with wonderful insights and wisdom, and we need to encourage that as well.